I love anime.
Kira was part of my childhood. It was my introduction to anime, even before I knew what anime was. And I still love that movie to this day. From that moment, I was hooked on anime. I watched every single anime that aired on the Sci-Fi Channel. All this yapping to say that I've been an anime fan for a long time.
And anytime there's an opportunity for black representation in a medium that so many black people love, I think it's dope. A snippet of Meg Thee Stallion's upcoming anime leaked. And it definitely caused a lot of mixed reactions, with some people thinking it's reinforcing negative stereotypes.
Bro, Megan, what the are you serious? You did all this these big ass announcements saying, oh yeah, I'm making an anime, blah blah, just for the to have fucking ass clapping booty powers,
while others are just defending it as a cool anime.
At least we know Megan Thee Stallion is of age and she's clapping her titties and clapping her butt to make niggas go away or whatever the fuck. Like, so what? Like, we know she of age, but these other y'all just it's like y'all want to suppress us because of art. Like, if that's what she want to do, because y'all already know Megan Thee Stallion like anime, and that's what the fuck she want to do.
Anytime there's an opportunity for black representation in a medium that so much of the black community loves, I think it's dope, because there are entire black communities of fans that grew up on anime.
Why do black people love anime so?
I got you, bro. A lot of it starts with the fighting. Black Americans historically have been into fighting films, especially ones that contain karate, Muay Thai, all that good stuff. I think the same thing applies to anime. And not only that, being black in America comes with a lot of adversity. When we watch these characters deal with similar inner struggles that we do, of course we're gonna attach to them.
So you would think when black creators finally get the opportunity to make a cartoon or an anime with a major platform and network backing, that they would show the full range of black culture, the creativity, style, humor, depth. But a lot of people are frustrated and seem to have mixed emotions about what we've been seeing from these creators, which is a weird reinforcement of negative stereotypes. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to Tuft Bravo, which is an online store making handcrafted tuft rugs, which mixes care with creativity, creating dope rugs, like this Carl's design you see in the back. I told my man I love Carl's, he was my favorite artist, and he handcrafted this rug for me in a few days. And I mean, it was so dope, I didn't even want to put it on the floor. I wanted to hang it up so y'all could see it. So make sure you go check out his site, use promo code Almighty, the link will be in the description. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video, don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. This tweet actually kicked off a whole firestorm discourse and debate around Meg Thee Stallion's upcoming anime that she announced a while back.
What's up, y'all? It's your Meg Thee Stallion, aka the Hot Girl Coach, and bitch, get ready with me to do some cool shit today. Y'all, I'm about to record my voice for my character in my new anime, Hotties, with Carl Jones. And bitch, if you don't know who Carl Jones is, yes you do, because you love the Boondocks. And bitch, he do a whole bunch of other cool shit too, so just go look him up. But anyways, so bitch, if you love bad bitches, fly clothes, cool ass hairstyles, ass whooping, storytelling, character arc, motherfucking development, bitch, just as soon as the anime come on, just niggas is just getting murked. This might be the, this might be the anime for you. So anyways, this have been in the works for so long, and I'm just so happy that it's finally coming to life, and the Hotties, y'all is about to experience like just the motherfucking caviar of anime, babe. So anyways, I didn't want to put on too much makeup. I put on a little bit of tinted moisturizer, a little bit of cute little lip combo, little cream blush, because babe, I don't know if they finna have me up in this goddamn booth, jumping up and down, running, ducking, dodging, fighting for my life. I don't know what it's about to give, but I know it ain't like regular rapping, but I'm very excited to see what it gives. I think I only did voice acting one time. So anyways, this is Carl, and this is me in the booth. He immediately put my ass to work, and bitch, it was so much fun. Y'all, this shit is about to be so crazy. Shout out to Amazon, shout out to me, shout out to Carl, shout out to the Hotties.
Yes. Yes.
Bye.
Based on her announcement of that, everybody knew she had an anime coming out, that she was working on an anime. And credit to Meg Thee Stallion, she's the first big female rap star that we ever really saw embrace anime the way she did. She does cosplay all the time. She watches anime. She can actually name anime characters. So she is actually in that culture and has interest in the love for it and not just grifting off of it. But like I said, this tweet in and of itself kicked off a firestorm. Took a pic with the Carl Jones. If you don't know Carl Jones, he was a writer and producer on the Boondocks. I think he produced like 30-something episodes on the Boondocks, which we all know is God-tier black content. So Meg Thee Stallion working with Carl Jones kind of gives you an idea of what the anime or cartoon is going to be like. It's going to have probably the same sensibilities and style as the Boondocks. And watch the snippet of Meg Thee Stallion's new anime. That one tweet got 5.8 million views. think anybody watching this off rip would admit that the animation itself looks dope, the character designs look dope, everything is cool, the little action scene is cool. But the issue that people had with this snippet is, of course, Meg Thee Stallion's character, or who we perceive as her character, twerking, doing a fucking twerk thunder blast as a superpower move, with the finishing move being a split ass blast. Based on that snippet alone, a lot of people had a lot to say. All of this is just a bunch of booty ass clapping. I can't wait for it to come out. I have a feeling this anime will be like no other. Looks like it will be a lot of action and girl power. I am here for it. Not twerk jutsu, not the booty clapping. This is gonna be ridiculous. And of course, somebody posted a clip like this, which is kind of in defense of, of Meg's twerk thunderclap ass attack in the snippet. Because if you've ever watched anime, especially depending on what you're watching, it could be women that completely fight with their breasts. It's just weird, wild shit that happens in anime. Anime to an extent, especially depending on the type that you watch. Not Death Note or Dragon Ball Z or Cowboy Bebop, but other types of anime are definitely way more fan servicey when it comes to female characters. So the ass clap thunder shockwave move isn't out of the blue.
Bro, Megan, what the fuck? Bro, are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious? You did all this big, these big ass announcements saying, oh yeah, I'm making an anime, blah, blah, just for the bitch to have fucking ass clapping booty powers? Are you fucking serious? Bro, like, y'all just keep setting us back. Like, y'all should have known what this shit was gonna be when y'all heard she was making it.
I've watched this over 5 times, and not because I'm going into it, because I genuinely can't believe Megan and whoever else is involved thought that creating bitches and hoes of the hidden twerk village was a good idea. And I think a lot of people had that same thought process. Not many black people are put in positions to even create an anime or a cartoon. And it's kind of like when you get that opportunity, this is what you put forward, which does have the ability to reinforce stereotypes, especially when it comes to black women, because we didn't see any men in there yet. I actually saw this comparison a lot in all the comments when it came to the twerking part, or her using her ass as a superpower. Kiho literally exists as an anime about using their ass and titties to win a competition. But of course, when a black woman does something like this, it's all of a sudden setting anime back, and this is a bad idea. When it comes to anime, there's definitely some gatekeeping and racism that goes on with other communities not wanting black people to participate or be a part of anime.
Ashley, who went by the username SquidKid1111, she was a cosplayer that cosplayed anime characters. Her cosplays are amazing. If we scroll through her page, you guys cannot tell me these aren't good cosplays. But wait, some people will say they aren't good because she's black. Unfortunately, racism is still very much a thing in today's world. Ashley's family made a post announcing the passing of Ashley. They revealed in a recent story post that she received many disgusting racist comments. All these comments built up dark thoughts within Ashley, and she decided to exit the world. Fans should be able to cosplay any character that they like, and they shouldn't have to worry about receiving racist comments.
So there is kind of this weird conflict or lack of acceptance with black people pertaining to anime from the anime community as a whole. While a lot of people will just fully accept this anime because it's Meg Thee Stallion, it's black representation, people do have thoughts about a poor representation of black people when it comes to anime. Niggas steady saying Kiho like that makes shit any less crazy. Black folks rarely get put in a position to make authentic anime, and boom, it's exactly what you think it is. This literally could have been a cool anime with a black girl with cool powers doing cool shit. But no, twerking is the order for the day, and people are defending booty no jutsu. I don't rock with Meg like that, but she be facing bullshit criticism. We've all seen shit like Stripperella, Drawn Together, South Park, when she twerked on She-Hulk, Uproar. Deadpool does a whole musical, Cheers. How about we get back to if we don't like it, just move the fuck on. The repost with just the heartbreak is insane. There were a lot of people that just felt like this. You niggas keep reinforcing the stereotypes, bro. What the fuck is this? I wish y'all would stop analyzing shit niggas do through the lens of how racists will perceive it. Newsflash, nigga, they gonna hate on us regardless. I think that is a fair point. It doesn't matter what a black person achieves or how they go about their business. There will always be people in a community or a group of people that will nitpick and poke holes in whatever a black person does. So even if this snippet that we saw of the anime had nothing to do with twerking or showing ass, and it was just black girls fighting or whatever the theme of the show was, people still would have had something to say about black people in anime or how they're dressed. That critique is fair.
A lot of people are upset about this news. It's currently making a lot of headlines, and a lot of people are now finding out about it and talking about it. I've heard a varying of different opinions, from good, bad, ugly, ugly, people saying that this will ruin anime culture, people saying that this will save anime and save anime culture. It's just been a big back and forth, and I really don't know which side is winning. However, I do want to make a brief statement before we go any further. I think anytime Hollywood and celebrities get involved in something, it's not a good thing. I think that we have seen time and time again with trends over decades, where when Hollywood starts getting involved with any form of entertainment or nerd culture, it typically goes sideways. And I think that this in general just goes to showcase another good example of anime going mainstream is not necessarily a good thing.
Like people from the anime community literally picking apart Meg Thee Stallion's announcement when she's hyping up her anime as something that nobody's ever seen before.
So yeah, let's play this clip before we go any further.
About to come out with my own anime. Yes, and it's gonna be on Amazon Prime.
Sorry for the audio.
That's the exclusive for the Houston audience.
Did we get more details? The name?
No, that's the exciting.
That's it. Okay. I'm excited about that.
It's gonna be. You ain't never seen that anime like this ever in your life.
So, her words are accurate. These headlines, you ain't never seen an anime like this in your life. Straight from her own mouth, this isn't misquoting or anything like that. She has said that. She's made songs that's even referenced like JJK, for instance, and she's also done cosplays of My Hero Academia, Jujutsu Kaisen, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and obviously Bleach here, so she is definitely someone that does participate in anime culture. However, there is something that does need to be indicated. There is a pattern, and that is the fact that every time she does talk about anime, it's typically mainstream shonen series. But it's very clear that Megan doesn't potentially dive into the deeper parts of otaku anime culture and manga culture. She typically only participates in the things that really blow up in a lot of popularity. When she makes a broad statement like, you ain't never seen an anime like this in your life, it feels so disingenuous to me, because obviously it's very clear she doesn't watch a lot of anime. Now,
nitpicking that statement is so funny. Anybody that's selling anything since the history of forever will say this is the best scent that you've ever smelled if they're selling perfume or cologne. This is the best album you've ever heard if they're selling music. This is the best movie you've ever seen. This is the funniest comedy ever. It's hyperbole. We're not meant to take that exactly what it sounds like. They're selling something. Of course, it may not be the greatest anime ever, but she's selling the anime. I don't think it's any reason to nitpick that.
I doubt she's probably watched something like Girls Band Cry, Gurren Lagann, Kill la Kill, Ava, yeah, you get the point. I doubt she's watched a lot of different series, and so I feel like most of the anime she probably knows about is just mainstream shonen in the last 6 to 7 years. Anytime Hollywood and celebrities get involved in something, especially a hobby, very niche, I don't think it ends up too well. But I doubt this statement really is going to be true. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll stand corrected. Maybe it'll be the biggest pile of dog crap I've ever seen, but I doubt it's going to be something I've never seen before.
As far as anime goes, I really don't think she has to offer something completely different or something we've never seen anime-wise. Her being a black woman with a voice and providing representation in anime for black people is something different, something new, something empowering to a lot of people. One of my favorite animes to this day is really not a good anime on the scale of like JJK or anything like that, but I love Afro Samurai, the first one and the second one, whether it's chopped up in episodes or movies like they do. But seeing a black man with the voice of Samuel L. Jackson whoop ass like he was in Ninja Scrolls, it's just really dope to me. I think a lot of people would feel that about Meg Thee Stallion's anime if she just made a regular anime of women kicking ass. And like I said, black people in that space already deal with a lot of weird gatekeeping racism type stuff. So when you see a comment like this, you kind of understand. Bro, please don't let Chibi Reviews find this. We about to get called slurs that's never been seen be. Fuck them. For a lot of black people, that clip kind of leads to a broader conversation. The issue is when we do get an opportunity for representation in these other mediums that we love, why is there a tendency to niggify or to push negative stereotypes about black people instead of kind of putting our excellence and our best foot forward? And this issue came up back in February when the snippet from Disney's show Hey AJ, which is about a black girl with a black family, premiered her dad becoming a superhero named Captain Do-Rag of all things. New Disney Junior show about Captain Do-Rag who wears a do-rag and cape to keep Slime City safe goes viral. This man does not wear a do-rag and cape. His do-rag is the fucking cape.
Really, AJ? You're supposed to be cleaning your room right now. We agreed that you could only watch all the Captain Do-Rag movies if your room was clean. And it's far from clean.
Come on, Mom. I can clean my room after. There's a new Captain Do-Rag sequel coming out on Friday.
Bruh, and is he the superhero of Slime City? Come Come on, black people.
We need to watch all his movies before we see it. Let's just watch them instead. As a family.
Aw, so cute. I mean, puppy eyes ain't gonna work this time.
The dad wearing the do-rag in the house is super normal. I think normalizing that is fine. Wearing the do-rag in the house. I just took my do-rag off.
Puppy eyes ain't gonna work this time.
The street life city is a hot mess. You think I'm not a crime fighter? I'm a crime fighter.
Anything.
Well, that's a good thing, at least. Garbage and slime city is at an all-time high. We're trying even harder to defeat the dumpster. Let's clean up our headquarters so we can take out the trash once and for all.
People from the black community felt a way about that because you don't see white superheroes, you don't see Captain Redneck or anything like that. So why take an aspect from the black community like that to magnify on Disney of all channels? It's kind of like Hancock. Why does our first big screen superhero have to be the drunk dude with this fucked up history instead of just like a real great superhero? Nah, I refuse to believe that this is real. Who at Disney greenlit this? How is this not someone's sore prompt? And then people are pointing to a non-stereotypical black superhero that kids can actually like watch and look up to. Anywho, watch Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur instead. Really great show. They try to label it as jokes, but the disrespect is there. It is because no other race has representation like that, where holes are poked at who we are to make us look a little crazy. But just like Meg Thee Stallion, this is another thing that kind of had mixed reviews, where some people didn't see it as that big of a deal, and other people did. And the common sentiment was, why every time we get an opportunity to shine, they have to blemish it somehow. They have to add some type of stereotype in or bring black people down a peg where they don't do that to other races. Captain Do-Rag, the first nigga. Captain Do-Rag, the Winter Bunny. Captain Do-Rag, Seawalk War. Captain Do-Rag, Brave New Nigga. After Disney catching a bunch of heat and the show catching a bunch of backlash, the creator, Camille Corbett, actually spoke out. I created the character Do-Rag, man. Do-Rag, man, is insane. Now known as Captain Do-Rag on the Disney show Hey AJ, and I'm just finding out that people are finding it problematic. I just wanted our culture to have a superhero of its own. Why couldn't our culture have had a superhero of its own just being a black superhero? And to that, it was either a super black idea or a very bad stereotype, and the internet couldn't determine which because it was too close to the line. I think that's accurate, and when you think of that, you kind of think of the Dave Chappelle show when he quit because other people were trying to tell jokes about black people, which would be offensive to black people coming from other people. And then who this woman, the creator of Captain Do-Rag, was, started coming into question when people started finding old tweets of her. It's a great day to be a Spanish-speaking Caribbean American. And before y'all miserable people say anything, yes, I'm fucking black too, bitch. Black people from the black community wanting to make sure that the perception of black America is in the right hands and not just pushing negative stereotypes, not only out to the world, but to our younger generations and normalizing bullshit. I don't think it's wrong, especially when you hear stuff like this for people that are creating media for the black community.
What are the themes that you feel like you're exploring and the message that you're trying to work out for yourself?
One of my main themes, which is like slightly controversial, is that I think that there is a whiteness in being African American. So when I talk about whiteness, I talk about, you know, like the idea of there being like a hierarchy, of like there being some form of like superiority through race, through ethnicity.
Well, and also you got to experience a different culture as a young person by going to Oxford.
Well, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
So it was very similar. It was like a...
Right, because Jamaica is British territory.
Yeah, and like most of the black people in England are either Jamaican.
Being black in America has nothing to do with whiteness. That's just a very strange statement for a black person to make. She's a first generation Jamaican American. So she is of Jamaican descent. She is a first generation Jamaican American. So maybe she doesn't get the full story or full identity of black America. And maybe the sensitivities we have around our image. Julian from the future. I just think context is so important. So I realized while editing, I didn't really mention the history of how black people have been portrayed in media. Which ever since the birth of America, there has been a very intentional effort to portray black people in the worst light possible. As thugs, monsters, violent, dangerous, animals that can't be trusted. And that image and those stereotypes of black people have been blasted around the world. So even people, for instance, in China that have never seen or met, or maybe will never meet a black person in their life, will have this negative impression of black people. So when black Americans are sensitive about the image that is projected of us in the media and to the world, it's because because of how negatively we've historically been portrayed in the media, which no other race or ethnicity really has. It's specifically a thing that's been done to black people to demonize us to the rest of the world. So all of this sensitivity doesn't come from nowhere to even know why Captain Do-Rag would be offensive to some people.
It's Camille here. I'm a writer on Hey AJ, and I'm the creator of Do-Rag Man. I know it's Black History Month. Let's take a deep breath together and let's release ourselves from the shackles of respectability politics. Come on, guys. We finally have a superhero with our culture. Let's not talk about semantics and let's just focus on what's happening. If you've seen the show, you know the bunnies in every episode. Slime City is funny. Come on, guys. Let's get into it. Where's the joy? Why is everything so serious? We gotta celebrate our people. What Richard Wright would have wanted. He wouldn't want us to be like, let's just be respectable all the time and talk in stilted language. Let's enjoy our culture. I created Do-Rag.
We can 100% enjoy our culture and represent our culture without something like Do-Rag Man. I don't even think it's the worst thing in the world, but why make Do-Rag Man when you can make anything else? You could have made a superhero without that, so why?
Man, because I'm obsessed with blaxploitation films and I love Pam Grier, and I thought it would be super cool to have a little homage to that when we're creating a superhero for Hey AJ. And what was better than using a do-rag? Because I own a 6-foot do-rag. And it makes me feel like a superhero when I wear it. Why couldn't someone be like that in AJ's imagination?
I believe the Captain Do-Rag episode or the feature in the show got shut down after Disney got all that pushback. And I'm not mad at any black person for being sensitive about our representation in media, especially when it's so rare and so minimal. And it has nothing to do with white people or anybody else races or what race people have to say. For me, it's about younger generations. If they see excellence in all ways, that's what they'll strive to. But if they see stuff like this, Slime City, like, do we really need to put Slime City in a Disney cartoon, especially with the meaning behind it? But back to Meg Thee Stallion. After this situation went viral with everybody weighing in on it, she actually made a tweet addressing the snippet. This is not a sneak peek or snippet of my new anime hotties. This is a clip from a music video to a song, Gift and Curse I never put out. Everybody relax. Y'all do not know what my show looks like yet. I repeat, this is not a snippet of my new anime. So this was a false alarm for everybody, but I think with this feedback and the responses she got, she knows that people are going to be watching her show and may be hypercritical of it, depending on what it presents for black people more than need be, or more than other projects get criticized for. As a lifelong fan of anime that has always wanted more black representation in that medium, I understand why people, one, would be excited to see somebody as big as Meg Thee Stallion that actually cares about anime get involved in it and create an empowered black female character that black women can watch and be represented by. And with the black community under constant criticism from just about everybody, always having to deal with other races and cultures' perceptions of us in these negative stereotypical ways, I also understand people wanting better representation for our community. Hopefully when the anime does come out, it's dope, super successful, and opens up a new lane for black creators to tell their own stories. Maybe Amazon will give bigger budgets to black creators or black anime or cartoon moving forward. At the end of the day, I don't think Meg Thee Stallion twerking in an anime is that big of a deal, especially not when you compare it to all the wild shit that is in anime, but I do understand people's concerns from a representation standpoint. But shout out to my channel members. Thanks for supporting and thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and light stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.